It looks like the tape machines are rolling. Yeah.
We're going?
Yeah, I think yeah. I hear them. I hear them in the
Are they
basement.
whirling right now?
Yeah, they're rolling.
What are
They're
you
not
doing?
loaded, but they're rolling. Yeah.
Are you trying to like give me some devil horns right
What?
here? These cat ears? What's going on here?
What? Oh,
That you?
Anthony, if I wanted to give you devil horns, you would have had devil horns. Believe me.
Oh wow.
I'm talking about like Hellboy. Devil horns.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I was trying to plan out like our shooting schedule. What are you doing? Are you free March 13th, 2025?
You know what? Book me in. Book me.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'll just do that. Like that's a Wednesday. I'm gonna do every Wednesday for 18 months. How's that sound?
Like on an 18-month rolling schedule or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Book me. I'm in.
All
I'm
right,
in. Just
all right,
add it to the calendar.
cool.
This is Economy
Oh,
Lately South.
yeah.
We have a show to do here, and we got a lot to jump into. Well, not really, because it was a slower week compared to last week, but there's still some stuff happening. I mean, there's the factory orders that happened showed an increase overall, but a significant dip in airplanes. I guess factories aren't ordering as much. Not as a lot of domestic flights happening as much.
Oh,
Demand.
I thought you meant like dip airplanes, like.
No, South.
Yeah, that's just trains, right?
Yo,
what?
They're
Huh?
trying to get sponsored here.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Let's just move on to the next one, and let's get back to the consumer. So, South, the consumer credit report came out, and guess what?
What?
Surprise! They're still spending.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Don't
spending.
think that's going to stop overnight.
No, not at all. So consumers still spending. So credit card utilization is still going up. When you're looking at it broken down versus revolving versus non-revolving, we do see that there was a double-digit gain for revolving credit overall, showing that there was an 11.1% increase for month-to-month movements for overall revolving credit, and just over 3% for overall spending. So this is kind of concerning still, because consumers are definitely leaning on credit card utilization pretty heavily, despite savings rates still staying at a pretty low level.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you a hypothetical what if here about the American consumer. You remember back in World War II? I mean, you've read back in World War II where due to the war effort, we put restrictions on certain like material and goods and the ability of the consumers to buy it. Let's say hypothetically we enter World War III in the next, 30 days. And the same thing happens. The government puts restrictions on things we can buy, et cetera, and asks us to cut down on stuff. Do you think the American consumer would actually do that? No. And if not, do you think that would be why we lose the war, hypothetically?
Oh, yeah, the consumer is not going to be told what to spend and what not to spend on. So if anything, there'll be a run-up on those goods. So if, say, for example, they're like, hey, you know what? We really, really would like you guys to stop purchasing X, and say X is like something like paper towels. Best believe those consumers are going to say, you know what, you're not going to tell me what to not spend my money on. Yeah. I'm buying all the paper towels that there is available. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, optimistic there.
Yeah. So don't let the war come down to consumer, because unless it's a spending spree, we're in some rough condition there. So, but that's a good hypothetical. We should do like game theory like that more often from back in the days when we were. History books.
We read back in the day. Back in the day when we read about these events.
Read about those events. But we still have other updates coming up. So we also have job openings, keeping a theme on those consumers. We saw that there was a dip down now in the 10 million band mark. So we're down from those 11 million job openings now into the 10 million threshold. So we did see some declines here. Overall, when we're looking at job openings, we're seeing that there was an overall decrease to 10.8 million in the last month or so. So that's going to go through January. So this is, of course, a little bit lagged, but it's nice to see what some of the trends are overall. We are seeing that there are still a substantial amount of openings overall in the economy. And this is going to be one of those things that Jay Powell was really being grilled on by Congress in his latest testimony. A lot of concern of saying, hey, Jay Powell, you want the American consumers to lose their jobs, do you not? And he has to kind of combat these with, economic, jargon and things like that. So definitely still a hot job market, or perceivingly a hot job market overall. Then that's really what the consumers are going to be leaning on. And of course, it all comes back down to consumers' availability or ability, I should say, to pay for goods, and then those goods get transported by freight. And so that's why we care about how strong the consumer is, because then they start spending their money on goods and services. And inflationary pressure is definitely still a thing, and that's going to get updated in next week's updates with the CPI. But the interesting thing is inflation around services and spending on services, and that's going to be a little bit harder to tame compared to the goods market. But that's going to do for this week's updates. But coming up next week, we're going to have tons of updates. We're going to have the CPI, we're going to have retail sales, we're going to have industrial production, and even updates around housing construction with housing starts as well, and the PPI. So there's just tons of stuff happening in the coming week. And of course, we're going to keep our eye on that weekly updates for initial jobs claims. But South, that pretty much does it.
Oh, well, okay. Wait. Next week, there's a pretty big date coming up, pretty important.
Yeah, that's right. Supply chain meets fintech. That's happening, right? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, I guess so.
Go get registered for that free of charge, live.freightwaves.com, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and if you want the VIP treatment, you can meet us in the back alley here at Freight Alley, the back alley of Freight Alley. And, get the VIP version package of Supply Chain Meets FinTech.
That comes with the VHS.
Mm-hmm, yep, and a hair particle from one of the many FreightWaves hosts to be determined.
Chances are not me, I'm guessing, or?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I still haven't talked to Donnie about it. But yeah, I guess that's it. Unless there's anything else you gotta.
No, it's been a slow week. Yeah, not a lot happening right now.
What did you see that? It was.
See what?
It was like a unicorn.
I forget. Software is so good. I forget that you're not human. You're a robot. We're gonna have to upgrade the framework. That's what we're gonna have to.
They're trying to pay me robot wages. I can't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I stand with you and your AI.
Yeah.
Brethren here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But yeah, South. That's not.
Wait, no, there it is again. What?
Is it like behind me right now?
Yeah.
What's going on? I don't see anything. Let's get you plugged up, huh?
Okay, all right, whatever. I guess it is time for...
Or at least a reboot.
A reboot, yeah.
We'll see you guys on the next episode.